During the summer of the pandemic 2020, we really couldn't do much, couldn't travel anywhere. Few countries were open, but you just didn't know if it was safe to go. And there was also this public opinion forming against traveling in general. As a person who is absolutely passionate about traveling and being outside, it really made me rethink what traveling meant to me. That summer I started hiking and running a lot until I eventually ran my first marathon. That was an amazing experience, and not only did I manage to kind of travel safely, I also challenged myself in new ways and accomplished something I didn't know I was capable of. I absolutely loved that feeling, so towards the end of the summer I looked for a new challenge. I knew I was going to start my master's program in Amsterdam this year, and I knew I wanted my bike there, because, who doesn't want to bike in Amsterdam, of course. It just seemed silly to get my bike on a train or a car and drive it 8 hours through Switzerland, Germany and the Netherlands. Why would you put a vehicle on another vehicle, right? So at the beginning of August, I decided to bike from Lucerne, my hometown in Switzerland, to my new home in Amsterdam. But let's start at the beginning. Good morning and welcome back to this channel. I'm here in Switzerland attempting a new challenge. I am trying to ride from here, Lucerne in Switzerland, up to Amsterdam, where I'm gonna start my studies in just over a month's time. I hope it doesn't take me a month to get there with the bike. Should just take me about 1 to 2 weeks. Of course, many things are uncertain with this trip. I don't really know how many kilometers I can do a day, but I'm just starting today, see how far I get. That's what the setup looks like here. My phone with the navigation, GoPro, the helmet, water here, big bag, both sides, tent, sleeping bag. Alright, now we're ready to ride. I remember very well on the first day I was pretty excited about everything ahead, also a bit nervous. I had planned about 70 kilometers for that day, so not too much. But after 3 hours of riding I rode straight into a huge thunderstorm. I had to take shelter in the barn, and it really made me think about the whole trip. Because this was just a perfect example of how powerful nature was and how things could go wrong. And being out there for weeks possibly was pretty scary. What if next time a thunderstorm comes, I can't find shelter? Am I going to get hit by lightning? So all these thoughts were going through my head, but eventually it cleared up, and funny enough, the weather was just perfect for the rest of my time on the bike. Very happy now, it feels very good, it's cooled down a lot and it should just get easier now. And so the days roll by, it is getting easier to stay in the saddle for longer, and I'm getting about 100k done per day, which I was pretty happy with. I left Switzerland behind, rode into Germany, and finally met my travel partner for pretty much the rest of the trip. It's the Rhine River. The Rhine River is the second longest river in Western Europe and a major building block for European commerce, transportation and life in general. It has its sources in Switzerland, forms the border between France and Germany, and eventually empties into the North Sea in the Netherlands. From now on, I followed this river until I would reach the Dutch border.
Oh no, just as I thought everything was going well, I now have a hole in my back wheel and I have to push the bike to the next bike shop. It's about an hour away, pretty out in the nowhere right now, so it's a bit of bad timing. But these things happen, it was to be expected, and I'm sure we can get it fixed soon.
Yes, we could. And I think now is the time to give a big shout out to my bike. This bike was owned by my grandfather, then my father had it and now it's mine. And knowing that made the whole journey more special, as you could imagine. And I was so impressed by its durability. It just goes to show that you don't always need the perfect equipment to do fun things. I'm pretty sure after 40 years of existence, this bike didn't expect to ride 1,000 kilometers across Europe, but it did. And then, after 10 days of riding, Amsterdam was just around the corner.
It's day 10, it's a beautiful sunny day. Today is the day when I'm gonna reach Amsterdam, hopefully. Final stretch, just 100 kilometers ahead of me.
I must say it felt very good to arrive in Amsterdam. I've been to the city a few times, but having experienced the whole distance of 1,000 kilometers leading up to it gave me a different kind of appreciation to be here. Obviously, this has been my first bikepacking adventure, and throughout the journey I've really fell in love with it. It opened up a new way of traveling for me, and I realized once again that it is the excitement of a challenge that drives me forward.